All right, let's get this.
And now, our favorite part of the show.
And a walk-off home run.
It's another fine and wonderful Tuesday. Now that I got my power back.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm
With that
back.
being said, y'all, here we go. We got Scotty D back this weekend. I'm Eddie Cool, the HOC, and you're tuned into another episode of your favorite sports podcast, none other than the Sports Bros podcast, episode 352. Fellas, we've done this thing for 7 years and 352 trips around the podcast moon. That's a
Wow.
feat within itself because sometimes some podcasts don't make it past the third episode. But nevertheless, enough of my incoherent rambling. I told you who I am and I told y'all what I do. And with that being said, I'm introducing not only one, but two of the best hosts in the world coming to us live from Be Live. I keep forgetting that stadium's name, but he's down there in Fayetteville, North Carolina. He's El Capitan manning his ship, make sure everything goes fine, well, and dandy. He is the almighty Be Live.
What's happening? What's going on in the world today? Yes, I am coming to you live from Segra Stadium, home of the Fayetteville Woodpeckers, here recording this podcast before we go into our second to last homestand where we are welcoming the Fredericksburg Nationals. So I'm excited about this homestand. This is definitely it's definitely standing out because they actually won the first half of the season, and I believe right now we are a half game behind in the Northern Division for the second half of the season. So these games are very pivotal to see if we play some postseason baseball here in Fayetteville. So we're looking forward to it and looking forward to this homestand, welcoming in a lot of new players. But guess what? This ain't about them right now. It's about us here at the Sports Bros podcast. But yeah, that's part of what we do here and everything like that. I'm sort of practicing, so to speak, for the future here with the Fayetteville Woodpeckers. But yeah, enough of me. Let's go ahead and introduce the other guy. We're glad to have him back this week. We missed you. So go ahead and introduce him. Do him right, so to speak. I'm lying. All right, cool. But we here now anyway. Yes, sir.
Yep, and not to stunt y'all, but look at them headphones, that microphone Be Live got on. No, we ain't trying to stunt on nobody. But yeah, Be Live. He's sounding good, loud and clear. He's the other guy. Usually around this time he would be at the Pony World Series, but due to this inclement weather or whatever in the hell's going on up in this part of the country, it's a little wild, it's a little nuts, it's a little crazy. A friend of mine told me that she had been up since 2 o'clock in the morning because a big storm came through, and it was just ugly. And I'm pretty sure, Scotty D, that same storm that happened there went your way too. But he's here with us back this week like bad breath in the morning. He is the pride of Washington, Pennsylvania, the one, the only, the money man, Scotty D.
Blame it on the rain. Yeah. Blame it on the whatever. Those guys didn't sing. So last night, coming home from the Pony League World Series, I was closer to lightning than I've ever been in my life.
Ooh.
We got this game over last night just in the next time, and as I was driving on the road, the rain started coming down heavy. I kept hearing loud thunder and lightning just off in the distant, not too far distance. And just as I was coming up the road around a building, I hear boom! It sounded like a super loud explosion. I could see this big white flash, and just as I went around the building, I saw this. It was like a transformer with sparks flying all over the place.
Ooh.
Which was a little bit unsettling, but I felt pretty good about the fact that I'm in a car, and when you're in a car, you don't get struck by lightning. And you know why that is?
That a connection of the rubber to the ground?
That's what I always thought until last night, and I read that that's actually a myth. It's actually the way that a car is built, that if lightning hits the car, the way the top hard part of the car is grounded would shoot the electricity around you into the ground. That all this time I thought I was safe because I had rubber tires on my car.
All right.
So I just found something new out last night, but I'm glad I have the rubber tires on the car. I'm still going to trust them. I'm still going to put them on my car, and I'm still going to go there if lightning is hitting. But yeah, it's a little unnerving. So yeah, here in Washington, it's been constant with the rain, and we are hosting the Pony League World Series, which is 10 teams from 5 different countries. There were 6 teams from the United States, 2 from Pennsylvania here as hosts, and there was a team from Maryland, Michigan, Texas, California, and then globally Puerto Rico, Mexico, Germany, and China. And it's a double elimination format, and there's no rain days built into this, so we can't afford to have rain. So yesterday we were scrambling all day to get these games in, and we shortened 7-inning games into 5-inning games, and we got to today, and we were supposed to have 4 games today, and none yet because of the rain. So we'll see what happens.
Good luck with that.
We were supposed to have 4 games today, and based on the winners and losers and the double elimination, if everything went perfect, there could have been 3 tomorrow or 1 tomorrow. Well, at this point, we don't even know what we're going to get through today. So it's a big mess here in Washington, and the field looks like cart path only for those of you who are golf fans. Or the field has just taken a beating just because the rains haven't stopped. We just haven't had a dry day since really Sunday, which still had a little bit of rain on Sunday. But it's been a tough go. Last year we played this in a drought, and this year it's raining like crazy. So wish us luck here in Washington to see if we can get this World Series in and get a champion decided. But in the meantime, Eddie Cool, what else is going on in the world of sports? Let's talk about it. Talk to me. Let's do it.
I got a story about lightning, but I'm gonna save that for my my walk-off shot. You know what? With that being said, let's go ahead and hop right into the top of the order. All right, let's get this thing started. Here it is, the top of the order. Well, in case you don't know, you can tell by the paraphernalia that myself and the money man Scotty D are wearing. It's football time once again. It's on. It's all good, Be Live. Just make sure you have the baseball bat, all right? But anyway,
I just thought about it. That's exactly what. That's why I'm like, darn it. I'm gonna get it because we're gonna take a break and we're gonna come back. I'm gonna go grab it.
Okay.
I'm gonna go freaking grab it.
That's a running joke, y'all. That's a running joke. But anyways, it's football season. It's time for the pads to get the cracking, the football to get the tossing, and the running backs to get the running. With that being said, we got a whole lot going on, but we're going to minimize and summarize and prognostikize. That's not a real word, but here we go. We're going to roll with it anyway. I see the look on your face, but so with that being said, some position starters already being named. We're like, a couple weeks into the training camp. We had a preseason game last week where our Carolina Panthers defeated the Arizona Cardinals in the Hall of Fame game. In Hall of Fame, Luke Kuechly went to the Hall of Fame as well, too. And you can't forget Roger Craig and a host of others. And with that being said, so how about this, guys? Let me check this out. So the Vikings have named Kyler Murray as their starting quarterback. The former Cardinals quarterback got signed in the offseason to the Minnesota Vikings. And here's the question I pose to y'all. Is the NFC North the toughest division in football? Scotty D, what say you?
I'd say it's certainly it has to be one of the leading candidates because to be honest, I don't really know what to expect from any of the teams that are there. It's been kind of the Lions. They've had the lion's share of the wins the last couple of years. They've been pretty good, but we saw they lost Ben Johnson a year ago, who went to the Bears and made the Bears better. Now, are the Bears going to be up to the task again this year? Because if you remember, they won a lot of close games last year that don't always go your way, but they seem to all fall in place for them last year, which is the same thing that happened to the Vikings the year before. If you remember, the Vikings won a bunch of games that were really close.
Real close.
And they had Sam Darnold at the helm, and they lost him. And then last year, they seemed to be quarterback away. They just had all kind of quarterback issues last year. And in the meantime, the Packers are right there, and a lot of people believe that this is their year, but is it really, or have we seen Jordan Love's best, or does he have more to offer? So there's a lot of question marks in that division. And I could, if you would say any one of those 4 teams are going to win that division, I wouldn't say that's crazy to tell me that. I would say I can see it. I can see anything happening in that division. So yeah, it could be those teams are all bunched up together. They could all, it could be they send a couple teams to the playoffs, or one team survives a difficult division and makes the playoffs. But yeah, I think it could be. And I don't know if I mean if by saying the toughest, it might be like the most evenly matched. I don't know if it'll be like the top teams, like the best teams are going to come out of there. But it certainly it has a case. Be live.
Well, Scotty, do you know the NFC North is the black and blue division? So
yeah, absolutely. It seems like that's what's going on this year. It's going to be all it's going to be a bruiser of a division this year to try to see who comes out of that one.
Mm-hmm. What
Well,
say you, Be Live?
the conversation essentially starts with this because Kyler Murray sort of completes what the Vikings need. So you start looking at the quarterback play from the NFC North when you look at the likes of Jared Goff, Jordan Love, Kyler Murray, of course, and Caleb Williams. Now, if you're looking at based on that and then based on what the teams have performed in the past, Minnesota was way up there when it came to with Sam Darnold. Kyler Murray, I believe, is a more proven quarterback than Sam Darnold, but we can't say much about Sam Darnold because we just won a Super Bowl. So it's one of those things. So that is the intriguing conversation. I tend to agree that they might be the toughest division, top to bottom. Are they the best division? I honestly, this is going to sound crazy, but Scotty D, I'm going to go to your neck of the woods with the NFC East. I think that the Commanders are not going to have. I think they're going to be better than what they were last season. I think because injuries derailed them. I think the Eagles are still just as good as anybody. Like I feel like they could play along with anybody. The Cowboys. We could talk a lot of trash about the Cowboys, but they haven't been terrible. They've just been the bark. They don't. The bark doesn't meet the
Mediocre.
bite.
Yeah.
It's just like the Cowboys have been the Cowboys, but they can compete with anybody. That's not. It's never been the fact if the Cowboys can or cannot compete. They're not. They've never been the worst team in the league. It's just they always have these lofty expectations because guess what? That's how Jared Jones designs it. And then you got the New York Giants that got completely derailed by injuries last season, and I honestly think they're trending in the right direction. I would put the NFC East in that conversation. I would put the NFC South because no team is jumping up to take that division by the horns. I feel like that
Did Carolina win that division last year, or did they just make the playoffs?
No, Carolina. That's the only way we could have made the playoffs.
8 and 9, right?
Yeah, that's the only way
we wanted it 8 and 9.
So and that's one of those things where I feel like Carolina's definitely improved, but now we got these injuries that we're dealing with. I feel like the Falcons really ain't jumped up or jumped down. The Buccaneers, they have.
I think they're declining.
I think they might decline just because Baker Mayfield's not happy. And Vita Vea said, please trade me. So I don't know what's going on in that locker room and that front office.
And Mike Williams is in San Francisco. We don't know what you're going to get out of Chris Godwin.
So yeah, it's just so it's one of those things where Mike Evans, you mean? But yeah,
I'm sorry. Yes, Mike Evans. My bad. Mike Williams. God, my bad.
That's all right. That's my boy. That's my Clemson boy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of those things where like when it comes to competition wise within the division, I put those divisions up there. But when it comes to excellence, I think the NFC North has an argument. I still also would put up the AFC West between Los Angeles Chargers, the Denver Broncos, and the Kansas City Chiefs. You can't really count. It's still Patrick Mahomes. I still think that they're. I don't think they're going in the right direction, but you still have to give Patrick Mahomes some credit until it's shown otherwise. Of course, the Raiders ain't going to do much of nothing. We ain't worried about that. But I'm talking about those three teams right there in the AFC West. Well, I'm just throwing it out there for those intriguing storylines. But realistically, yes, the NFC North is definitely going to be a must-see TV. Eddie Cool, what say you?
Oh man, I'm not trying to be homer and I'm not trying to be biased, man, but that I think the NFC South is going to be a tough division because I've been hearing nothing good about Tyler Shuck from the Saints, the quarterback. He doing pretty good. Chris Olave will be reinvigorated. I don't know what's going on with Alvin Kamara. Maybe this might be a bounce back year for him as well too. And just like you said about Tampa Bay, we got a lot of guys, a lot of departures, a lot of unhappiness, and a lot of uncertainty, and that's never good when you go through training camp, preseason, and into the regular season. I mean, the Panthers, I think will be all right, but somehow, some way, we got to overcome these. We have some key injuries, and so we have to figure out a way to get past that too, because we lost Chris Brazil for the year, as long as Nick Skirton. They said a tight end got carted off a while back, but I haven't heard anything about that, so the injury must not be that serious. And then the Falcons, well, I mean, let's just the Falcons are going to be the Falcons. I think they'll be somewhat improved, but not vastly improved. Just like you said, be live about that division. No one's really grabbed it by the horns. You know what I'm saying? But man, if we want to talk about tough divisions, man, let's go out. We got to go out west, man. The NFC West. I mean, the Cardinals are going to completely digress. The Cardinals are just going to the Cardinals. That's their spot. I might be wrong, but between Seattle, the Rams, and the 49ers, it's going to be a 3-team race all season, and it's going to be crazy. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. And then also, like you said, you can't forget about the NFC East. Like I said, the Giants, they might be on the way up, but it might be between the Cowboys, the Commanders, and the Eagles as well too. I mean, we'll get to see who's progressed and regressed and everything, and so it'll be interesting to see. I think we're pretty much on par about the toughest divisions between the three of us.
Yeah, but to me, as we're talking through this, is it just me, or does it seem like this might be the biggest year I can remember going in that the quarterback question mark is huge all the way around the league?
Mm-hmm.
Because we're just talking about that the division we start with. Is Jordan Love, has he peaked already?
Mm-hmm.
What do we expect from Kyler Murray? You kind of think you know what you're getting from Goff.
Mm-hmm.
And who am I missing on the division? Caleb Williams. He
Caleb
took some
Williams,
strides forward last year, but is he going to continue to strive forward, or will he regress? You have that in both cases in the NFC East. Jalen Hurts seemed to have a little bit of a step back last year, and he lost one of his top receivers, who he seemingly was not on the same page with anyway. And Jaden Daniels took a little bit of a step back. I think he had some injury issues.
Mm-hmm.
And the Giants, what do you expect from Jackson Dart? There's some question marks there. Same with Carolina. Your quarterback seemed to have a little bit of growth last year. We continue to see that. What's going on with the Saints quarterback? You think Baker Mayfield's going to be good? Atlanta's got a big question mark as quarterback. It seems like there's question marks everywhere you look around the league for the most part, except you're probably going to get good Mahomes play, but he's coming off an injury. Burrow needs help with the offensive line. Josh Allen seemingly is the guy that you would expect that would be the most stable. He and Lamar Jackson of everyone in the league, but there's question marks everywhere. Those guys have new head coaches.
And who is Josh Allen throwing the ball
right,
to?
Exactly. I mean, it just seems like there's quarterback question marks everywhere this year, which would make you think that the league should be wide open this year. I mean, I don't feel like Seattle is such a surefire bet to be right back in this bowl. They don't seem like a repeat candidate to me. I could be wrong, because Sam Darnold seemed to really level out the last 2 years consistently. I don't know. It just seems like there's a lot of quarterback question marks this year, like more so than I can remember in a long time.
I mean, think about it. What is Trevor Lawrence going to do next year? You know what I mean?
He made strides in the right direction.
Daniel Jones in that he's coming off of an injury, and Cam Ward showed signs of being a good quarterback at the end of the last year with Tennessee. What's he? I mean, it just the list just goes on and on.
Yeah.
Now I gotta ask this question just because I like poking the bear a little bit.
Poke the bear.
Eddie Cool, in your neck of the woods,
Lord.
I hear rumors that Deshaun Watson is leading, and they're actually looking at trading Shedeur Sanders. Is there anything to that rumor? Do you know anything of that? Is this news to you, or?
Well, as far as trading Shedeur Sanders, if I was them, I would not do it. And then on top of that, I think it would come to a point where they would have to play Watson, because, like I said before, I just jumbled that up, have to pay Watson because they paid him. So, eventually you got to earn your keep. But then again, will we get shades of that year back in, was it 2020, whenever he was with the Texans, last year with the Texans? Are we going to get that Deshaun Watson, or are we going to get Deshaun Watson that's trying to put everything together? I don't know. I mean, they say Dylan Gabriel, he might be up for grabs. Somebody might want to get him. So I think it's a two-headed race between Shador Sanders and Deshaun Watson. And I don't know. I'm not
He
gonna sit here
said,
and lie to you. I'm hearing so much. I just don't know what to make of it. I mean, the consensus popular choice is like, okay, it's going to be Shador, but then again, the Browns are still on the hook for that 250 some million dollars that they guaranteed Deshaun Watson. So
fully
fully,
guaranteed.
Well, this is the final year. I'm just looking at this. This is the final year on his deal,
yeah.
but he still remains on the books with a dead cap value of 127.17 million
God,
beyond this year. He deferred a lot of money. Remember the first year he deferred a lot because they were not sure if he was even going to get to play.
yeah.
But
It's just I wouldn't be
yeah,
surprised if we see if because they said like Deshaun Watson has been taking like first team reps.
Mhm.
They said he's been doing that. So don't be surprised if you see him week 1. But if it comes week 3 or 4 and he's stinking it up, and they're gonna throw Shador in there. So I'm just saying, don't be surprised. I wouldn't. Yeah,
Gotcha.
if I'm the Browns, I'm not. No, the worst thing you can do is trade him because then you're stuck with Dylan Gabriel, who hasn't
Um,
really. Yeah, say it again. Be like, who hadn't really done much, but needless to say, moving right along, fellas. Some other news has been going on. Hey, man, number 99 out there on the West Coast, Aaron Donald. Did you see his workout video where he was going back and forth between the little hurdle things and still looking big as all outdoors and him working out with The Rock? And hey, man, it might be after retiring in 2024, AD might come back. So check this out. With the addition of Myles Garrett and the rumor of Aaron Donald coming back, will the Rams instantly become the best defense in the NFL? What say y'all?
possibly. I mean,
I
Donald's only 35 years old with a couple years saved off of his body where he did. I mean, it's been 2 years, right? I think he was out last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
this
If he's still coming back in great shape, he could. I mean, I wouldn't want to mess with that defense.
Oh,
I
God,
don't
no.
I don't think even when Aaron Donald was playing that he was never I don't ever remember him being injured. So
Not really. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
he always stayed in top shape, and I don't expect any drop back from that. Yeah, absolutely. Like if he comes back, he's going to come back with some fresh legs. It's going to be ridiculously scary. I don't think I could ever remember a team having two elite edge rushers like that. They will absolutely disrupt the game, and I. I don't know. I don't know. It is because the Rams beat the Panthers in the wild card round. So I'm a little salty about that.
Yeah.
But on this other note, it's like you want to see like I like defense.
Yeah,
So
me too.
I just like disrupt. I just like when players disrupt the backfield, get after the quarterback. I love seeing that. So seeing those two play together would be a treat until we'd have to face them in the playoffs if that were to come to that. And that's where, all right, I ain't trying to see it no more. We have fun during the regular season. You can go back and retire now.
Yeah. Go back home and chill and be extra big and work out. But you got to think about it. You got your center, you got your two guards, and you got your two tackles. Who do you double team? What do you do? If you're an offensive line, the offensive coordinator, O-line coach, what do you do? You got 99 and 95. I was like to say 99, 95. What the hell do you do? Like, look, somebody going to eat a sack. So we're gonna have to they might have to bring back. You know what? If them two come back, if Aaron Donald comes back out of retirement, the league might have to reinstitute the fullback because you got to have some extra help or something.
The tight end and running back gonna be doing a lot of work.
Yeah, a whole lot of chipping and somebody go high, some triple team, double team. Yeah, this. Oh boy, that's do we play them?
Wait, see how the Cowboys handle them when they play them this year. That's how it's going to be done.
Well, the Cowboys. Because Scotty D said the Cowboys might have the recipe to stop them both, but that's going to be interesting.
Don't see a loss in the Cowboys schedule this year.
Oh, here we
Oh
go.
boy, here we go.
Every year, this is our
I
17 and
just don't
0.
know how they lose this year. I just can't see it on the schedule.
Hold on, we them boys.
Yes.
I could tell you exactly how the Cowboys lose. They get in their own way, like always. Like so, like there's gonna be a liability on defense because they've overhyped their defense. There's gonna be a situation between the two wide receivers because I think didn't they franchise tag
Pickens.
Yeah,
Pickens?
he's thrilled about it. He's good with it.
Yeah.
So,
It's
so you
all
already
good. It's all
you know.
gravy and big D.
Yeah, yeah.
So just I'm going to quickly
Yeah.
change the subject for just a second, but on the wide receiver topic. So I've been in this kind of Pony League World Series bubble the last several days. I haven't seen a lot, so I did not get the chance to watch the Hall of Fame ceremonies the other night, other than a couple clips here and there. But one of the classiest people to ever put on a helmet, Larry Fitzgerald, got to go in the Hall of Fame the other day. And I just wanted to shout that dude out because he was a Pitt legend and he was an NFL legend. And I love Larry Fitzgerald, and I'm so glad for him that he's in the Hall of Fame. And I did see him do a little shout out thing to Chris Carter, which I thought was pretty cool because that was kind of like his we called him Uncle Chris, and they had a relationship since Fitzgerald was just a young guy. But cool stuff to see that, and I thought it was cool to see all the guys that I know. You guys got a guy in. You guys got one in this year, but the Luke guy.
So we're up to. Oh, you're not gonna do that, Luke guy. Anyway,
And Luke guy, yeah, he was good. He was a good player.
Luke Kuechly. So
Nice little player.
the Carolina Panthers with the 3 wide receivers, right? I mean, 3 Hall of Famers, right? Sam Mills,
Julius Peppers,
and Luke Kuechly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. We got. Oh wow, that's the amazing thing. Be like the team ain't been around for like 30 some years. We got 3 Hall of Famers.
Next up, Steve Smith and or Cam Newton. Cam Newton becomes eligible for the Hall of Fame this year, and Luke is like, I demand that he gets in. He's probably and the wide receiver room has been full for a hot minute. So, but C. Smith has to get in eventually, and so Cam Newton, I want him to get in. I just think that it's one of those things when you fall off, and it's like, but he was so dynamic when he came into the league. He changed the game when he came in. So it's one of those things where
it's on the bubble.
Yeah.
He's on the bubble. You are sure right about that. But all right, folks, not too far away. Oh, I got to set a fancy football league up too.
Oh boy,
yeah, I got to do that too. I've been busy, but it's been all good. All right, so enough about the NFL. The NBA says, you know what? You ain't gonna forget about us too quick. So with that being said, fellas, all right, so the NBA announced that King James, LeBron James, and the Philadelphia 76ers will open the season against the defending champions, the New York Knicks, at Madison Square Garden. Now, that's a huge stage for LeBron's debut. With that being said, fellas, is LeBron under more pressure than ever to win another championship? Yes, no, maybe so?
I'm gonna say this. In public opinion, yes.
Okay.
Legacy status, no. I think at this point in time, yes, he just, for him, he just wants to continue to play. He's probably, I mean, of course he wants to compete at the highest level. There's a reason why he chose the 76ers. He does want another championship. I don't think he's under that immense amount of pressure if he doesn't win, but the public, these fickle fans that you run around that, oh, LeBron's the GOAT, and or Jordan's the GOAT, and all the things like that, and all this crazy stuff. Those are the ones that are going to eat every bit of this up. If the 76ers ever go in on any type of losing streak, everybody go up in arms.
Yep.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great for story time, basketball wise. It's just most people don't want the 76ers to win because of how stacked their team is. It's just, and it's one of those things where it becomes less about basketball, more about the storylines, and sometimes that's not necessarily the best thing for sport in general. So that's where I feel like it's going to be at.
He's got a little pressure, but not nearly the amount of burden to carry as Bronny. Because now Bronny's going to have to carry that Laker franchise on his own. I mean,
him and AR-15. Be like,
he's got that weirdo AR out there and that buffet breath Luca. It's going to all be on. It's going to be completely on Bronny's shoulders now to deliver another ring to Titletown. And if I know Bronny, he's up for the challenge. Bronny, his numbers are going to skyrocket this year. He's going to take the team on his back and carry the Lakers to the Western Conference. He'll probably have to play his dad in the finals this year. So, what a finals that would be: Bronny versus LeBron.
Be like, you hear that?
Bronny versus son.
Bronny versus
next
finals.
summer. That'll give us something to look forward to next summer.
Why,
a lot of pressure on the shoulders of Bronny.
Why do we do this every single week? It's like
I wasn't here last week.
Yeah, it was nice. It was peaceful.
Oh wow! Get the hell out of here. I don't. To me, this is a LeBron James farewell tour, and I think that this is the most talently stacked team that he's ever played on. You got to think. You got
ever.
I mean,
I don't know. The Heat were pretty good.
This team is better.
Yeah, but this team.
The Heat.
Yeah. Listen, you got VJ Edgecombe, you got Tyrese Maxey, you got
Joel Embiid.
Joel Embiid when he's healthy. And
the Heat had D Wade and Ray Allen and Bosh and Haslam. That team was stacked.
They did, but it's just, how about this? When the season's all said and done, we're gonna come back to this. And we're gonna do a comparison because this team is fully loaded. And the thing about LeBron is on the Sixers, he ain't got to be the man. He can give you 15, 20, and Tyrese Maxey can go off and lose his mind, and Joel Embiid can return to MVP form that he was just a handful of years ago. And then VJ Edgecombe can keep on doing what he's doing with his number 77 jersey. 77 reminds me of Paul Coffey. You remember Paul Coffey, Scotty D? You remember him? You remember Paul Coffey? Yeah, good old PC, Paul Coffey. But it's just it's just a stacked team. But I'm saying we'll revisit this next year when LeBron hangs it up, and we'll see, okay, which team stacked up statistically better, the Heat or the 76ers. All right. With that being said, Scotty D, you gonna hang around for a little bit, or you got to take off?
I got about 10 more minutes here. If you guys got 10 more minutes in you.
All right. Yeah, we'll just. If anything, we come back and just play it by ear. I mean, we do what we want anyway. Yep. But at the end of the day, I want to ask this one question for you before we take this quick break. What are y'all watching on Christmas Day? This is ridiculous.
Probably a Christmas Story, I would say.
Spurs Knicks at noon. Packers Bears at 1. Heat Celtics 2:30. Bills Broncos 4:30. 76ers Lakers 5 o'clock. Thunder T-Wolves 8 o'clock. Rams Seahawks 8:15. Nuggets Warriors 10:30. We are going to be loaded.
The NFL said we want parts of Christmas too.
And guess what, Scotty D? On Christmas Day, you might get to see LeBron versus Bronny. There it is. 76ers versus Lakers on Christmas Day. There's your Christmas miracle. I hope you take your eye out. All right.
Shoot your eye out.
Hey, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back. Stay. Don't you dare go away. I don't know what we're going to talk about next, but we'll be back. not do a podcast with ashy lips. All right. And with that being said, we are back on your favorite sports podcast, none other than the Sports Bros podcast. Scott Conley. I saw it. Hey, cut it out, man. I'm trying to host a podcast here. Um, Before we hop into big facts and big lies, we're going to talk about the draft. That's right, the draft segment that's so popular and y'all love it so much. And with that being said, Scotty D, give them a little teaser of what we got going on for next week.
All right, so a couple weeks ago we drafted our best our quarterback teams. We each took 5 quarterbacks. We'll tally that up, and next week we'll announce probably that B-Live might have got his first win. B-Live might have been off the schneid. I think he had a lead at one point. We still actually could still have you all decide on that if you have not. And then next week we're going to draft each of us 5 announcers in the history of any sport, college or pro, our all-time 5 announcers. That'll be our Feel the Draft segment for next week. So that'll give us something to look forward to. But and again, we'll round up the quarterback situation, and then we'll take care of that next week. In the meantime, lay it on me, Eddie Cool.
This is Howard Cosell. No, go ahead.
Before we lead into it, I'm gonna give everybody a preview of my top 5 announcers, especially with my new headset and everything. Be live, be live, be live, be live, and be live. I spit hot fire.
He just went nylon.
I spit hot fire, man.
As soon as you said be live the first time, I know where he's going.
You too close, man. You too close.
I have no idea.
I'm about to watch
talking
that.
about.
The Chappelle show, Chappelle show.
Oh, dear Lord.
Yeah, I know. It's been about 20 years. I get it. I understand. All right.
Yeah. I know he did that.
Okay. What? All right. So a segment that Scotty D introduced a handful of years ago. And guess what? We are bringing it back. It's time for another edition of Big Facts, Big Lie, Truth or Cap. And when I say this is the random as hell edition, it is the random as hell edition. All right, so I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to pick a topic. I'm not going to close my eyes. What's wrong with y'all? All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. All right, Major League Baseball, fellas, here we go. Analytics have taken too much of the human element out of baseball. Big facts or big old lie?
Analytics have taken too much out of baseball. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is a huge fact. Huge. There's no lie when it comes to that. Because at this point, pitchers are being conditioned to throw shorter instead of conditioning to be able to go deeper into the games. Analytics say you go through the lineup a third time, everyone's batting average go. Sometimes they got a scrub coming up. You want to just go strike him out. Oh man. Yeah, the lineup, the way lineups are built, you don't get the same lineup 2 days in a row anymore because the front office is studying what all the data and how they know. That's a fact, baby.
Big fact. Because I even see it on the low A level where they had to change the rule because of analytics, because you had the infield shift because of analytics. Like they were like, oh, this guy cannot hit the opposite way, so we're going to do the infield shift. They had to ban the infield shift, and even to that point, you still see teams. They literally have the one guy as close to second base as possible because they know the guy can't hit opposite field, and it's one of those things that is pure analytics. Analytics is everything about baseball. Now, I will say this. I will say this about baseball, like because the way you position a question, has analytics taken over? Is it too much? I don't know. Sometimes maybe I think that's just the way baseball has evolved. And now when you come in with the pitch clock, thank God for the pitch clock, by the way, working for a baseball team, thank God for a pitch clock because it's literally taking an hour off of every game. It literally has,
Yeah.
and that's all people talk about here. And I'm thankful because it keeps the pace going, et cetera, et cetera. Thank you, analytics, for that.
I
But
agree.
yes,
I had a Pony League game that lasted 3 hours on Saturday morning. It only played seven innings. It was a 6-2 ball game. It wasn't even a blowout. It was a close game. 3 hours for 7 innings.
For 7 innings.
Yes.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. I even get paid by the hour, but nah, I can't do that because I have another job after this. I'm a karaoke DJ. I gotta get to my gigs. I couldn't do that at all if there wasn't a pitch clock, by the way. Absolutely not. And that would cost me an incredible amount of money. So thank you, pitch clock. Thank you, analytics, for that. Yes, sir.
As yes and no. Like Scotty D said, pitchers don't go long into the games anymore. You got different lineups every day, and the pitch clock is a definite help to the sport of baseball. All right, fellas, let's go to the association, shall we? Michael Jordan would still dominate today's NBA. Big old fact, big old lie.
That's a big fact because the thing that made Michael Jordan is his adaptability. For the longest time, he didn't need a 3-point shot. He won games just basically outwilling the next person. And there's at times where like players would state the fact that, oh, he would take his game to the next level just because somebody said something. Like Coop, he's like, okay, I watch this.
What was the Bradford Smith?
It's like there's many stories behind it. I think more than anything is that as his career progressed, as he got later in his age and didn't have the speed and the driving ability that he once had, he developed this 3-point shot. He already had a killer mid range, but because he couldn't drive the ball like he was able to used to, he was actually a prolific 3-point shooter later on in his career. At the beginning of his career, he was terrible, but guess what? That's the first time he saw it. But yeah, his adaptability for the game was second to none. And I think that right there alone, he would be just as dynamic, just as prolific when it comes to scoring. You weren't going to stop him because at the end of the day, he was going to outskill you and he was going to outwork you. And that's just something you can't teach that. Enzo Amore, you can't
teach. Where you at? You got the cast. Where you at, Enzo?
I don't think he'll ever be with the WWE as long as Roman Reigns is in there.
Oh, that is right.
The same
beef. What's beef? What's beef? Yeah, Roman ain't having that. But I think Roman would do his best for business. Scotty D, what say you?
Well, the game actually has loosened up the physicality rules, so that you can't be quite as physical. And Jordan was dominating against dudes that were able to shove him around the lane a little bit. I don't see why he wouldn't be able to thrive in today's league. And he would absolutely become a better 3-point shooter because it would be called for. So he's the greatest ever.
Yeah. I think Michael Jordan would, he would be, the best of this era because just like you said, he came from the era where they beat the hell out of him. And now with little to minimum contact, you don't have to worry about that. Yeah. And like you said, B-Live, he would outskill him. Michael Jordan always found a way to beat somebody, be it, the Bradford Smith situation that I just mentioned, or just plain out outskilling his opponent. So that's.
And let me make something perfectly clear because this distinction always comes out. Well, like, oh, the players of today are more skilled than they were back 30 years ago. You don't think that if Michael Jeffrey Jordan had access to the technology and the science and the nutrition and the physical fitness of today's player that he wouldn't still be jumping? His vertical was 44 inches. It'd probably be 56 with like his game would elevate that much more because of all the access that we would have. So I get tired of that. Like, yes, players are more skilled. They're supposed to be.
Yeah.
That's how the game evolves. Players get bigger, faster, stronger with all the technology and the science that's out there. You don't think that the players of old, if they had the access that these new players have, you don't think that their skill would be better? Absolutely. Cut it out. Yes, Michael Jordan would dominate in any era he played in.
Right.
It's a
Right.
mindset.
It's the
Sure.
mindset. All right, fellas, let's move on to the National Football League. The franchise tag, George Pickens, the franchise tag is unfair to players. Big fact or big lie?
Big lie, because they agreed to it. It's in their contract. They gave that. Now, sometimes they can make a little bit more money if they would sign a full-time deal, but they want too much to get greedy. And so the owner said, "Okay, you said I could slap a tag on one of you guys. Boom, fair." It's in the contract.
I agree slightly because well, I mean, it is a talking point when it comes to like should owners have the exclusive right to just like, hey, you know what? Nope, you can't go anywhere. You're stuck with me when it comes to negotiating contracts, stuff like that. I still need to learn a little bit more about the business side of the National Football League, so I can't definitively say, but I still like, as Scotty D alluded to and said, basically, this is part of the collective bargaining agreement. This is something between the owners and the players, and this is the law of the land right now. So you got to take the good with the bad, I guess. And I wouldn't necessarily say it's unfair, but yeah, that's the business of the sport.
Yep. Big old lie, just like you guys said. Well, you kind of agreed to it, so here we are. And there ain't too much more I got to say about that. All right, two more, and I'm gonna get us to our next segment, the walk-off shot. All right, so here we go. Let me see if I can find it here because I got a bunch of them here. Um,
That's,
I'm getting up on time. Give me one more.
okay,
what I'm saying.
okay, cool. I'm gonna give you one more. All right, sports betting has made sports more entertaining to watch.
Scotty D, I'm gonna let you have this one first. This your neck of the woods.
I'm gonna say that's a lie, just because as someone who doesn't gamble very often, I don't need it. I'm interested in pretty much everything. So if I bet on soccer, I still wouldn't like it. I still wouldn't watch it. I'm just saying, to prove my point, I don't need it to make a game more interesting to me. I'm going to watch sports because I like it. I enjoy it. And if I don't like it, putting a couple bucks on it isn't going to make it better for me. No, I think a lot of people, that's the only way they're interested in it, is to betting it. But for me personally, gambling doesn't do it for me. I work too many hours, too many jobs, I do too much to try to earn a buck. I don't want to just give it away just because Dak has a bad day at the office. It's because Dak throws a couple picks to a couple scrubs. No, I'm not doing that.
Mm-mm.
I will say this. Betting, no. The scenarios that come up, yes. So and do I consider fantasy sports betting? Not necessarily. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of leagues where you put money up, et cetera, et cetera. But fantasy sports has made a lot. It gives you a reason to watch all the games as opposed to just watching your team. So fantasy sports, yes.
I agree with that.
Betting, no. And Scotty D, how dare you? Why did you attack soccer instead? You didn't have to. This didn't even come up. It was not even in a rundown. There was nothing to talk about soccer. You just so had to dig that in. You had to do it, didn't you? That's okay. That's all right. That's terrible.
You done it.
I suppose it'd be interesting if the bet was which team will score the goal today.
All right, let's go ahead and get this walk off. We're short for time.
I'm gonna take the under on the soccer game because the over under is 2.
All right.
Take
coming
the
up
under.
next, Eddie, cool. Do something. I'm gonna cut the segment off if you
Hey,
don't. go ahead and just introduce the next segment.
Well, that does it for Big Facts, Big Live. Coming up next, Be Live.
It's over under for fans
grab-
going, oh!
Grab the pine tar, Be Live. Coming up next is a walk-off shot right here on the Sports Bros podcast. That was funny.
I'm gonna take this imaginary bat upside Scotty D's head. Keep messing with me. Daggone.
And a walk-off home run.
Okay, boys. Go home with them.
3, 2, 1.
You heard the woman. It's time for us to go ahead, round the bases, and bring it home. It's time for the walk-on shot. We talk about one topic real quick, real fast, in a hurry, and we hope you enjoy it. With that being said, Scotty D, due to time constraints, you got to get the hell up out of here. I defer to you first, sir.
Yeah, I was kind of mocking a little bit the Buffalo Bills, the new stadium. Have you seen the new stadium? They invited like 50,000 of the Bills Mafia in to come take a look, and there were some pictures shown on social media of a lot of the angles, and there were some where you can't see the whole field. Like the field's cut off. You have some blockage on some of the views, and some of the like plastic barriers or whatever that they put up to keep you from going up and down stairs. That kind of are shielding a little bit of the view. And I was ready to make fun. I reached out to a Bills guy up there who has tickets. Goes a guy that goes by the name of Sleepy Sean, because he used to sleep at overtime on a regular basis back whenever I was working down there. And he says it's not as bad as it's made out to be. So he said some of the angles of the blocked shots and all that, he said they aren't even really from seats. So if you weren't even going to be really sitting in the spot there. And I guess they would probably host concerts and that type of thing too, where those seats might be a little bit easier for the sight lines. But a lot of controversy going on up in Buffalo right now about how the new stadium is going to shake out, but we'll see how all that goes. Just want to throw that out there because, hey, it's in the news with Buffalo Bills, and they are the hard luck team of the NFL. So,
Billions.
And with that being said, Scotty D is leaving to go do his thing at the Pony League World Series. Scott, I'm praying for good weather. I'm looking outside. It ain't looking too promising, brother, but we gonna pray.
It's not looking too good. So I'll let you know next week how it went. See ya, fellas.
They're pulling the tarp out here.
Yeah. Well, ain't that something, right? Yeah, ain't that something. See you, Scotty D. All right, Be Live.
Guys.
Now, Be Live, you remember when I said earlier about lightning when Scotty D was talking about like lightning and everything striking and all that, right?
All
right. So, former WWE NXT star Damon Kemp hospitalized after surviving a lightning strike. All right. The story comes to us via ringsidenews.com. Former WWE NXT star Damon Kemp had a terrifying scare Friday after being struck by lightning. Pow! Kemp, whose real name is Bobby Stevenson, brother of Gable Stevenson, he showed a picture of himself lying in a hospital bed on social media, and he said, "Survived my first and hopefully last lightning strike." Stevenson did not provide any additional details about where the strike happened or the extent of his injuries, but the hospital photo made it clear the situation was serious enough to require medical attention. The former amateur wrestling standout signed with WWE in 2021 and worked in NXT as Damon Kemp. He was a part of the Diamond Mine alongside the Creed brothers before later joining the No Quarter Catch crew with Charlie Dempsey, Taviana Heights, and Miles Bourne. Damn! I'm just happy that the dude's alive. Yeah.
That is a lot going on.
Yeah.
Well, that is, we hope all things are well and recovery and all the things, whatnot.
I wonder if you get any superpowers. No, let me stop.
Static shock. All right.
I was about to say the same thing. Yep.
My third and final pepper point, aka the walk-off shot. So Eddie Cool, have you heard about the Akron Zips football team?
Yes, I have.
And did you hear about their promotion that they had going on for their opening home game, where season ticket holders would get the opportunity to be the offensive coordinator for the opening drive of their first home game, the Akron Zips.
Quite interesting.
Well, here's the thing. That's not the finality of my pepper point, my walk-off shot. The finality of it is that their opening opponent from Robert Morris took it upon themselves, some of their fans are buying Akron season tickets to sabotage the raffle, and so they could be the offensive coordinator of the opposing team. What would happen
God,
if the
dog.
opposing team would win this raffle and all the things? Scotty D, so you just decided to join us and everything. I'm not producing the show, and I got to have a different setup with different screens and everything for 2 people as opposed to 3 people. Just do what you want. That's fine. Cool. All right. Welcome back.
Yeah, so the money man Scotty D is back. You got something else you want to say?
Well,
Oh, here we go.
The games were canceled for this evening. I was just informed after I stepped away, and I figured B Live would still be rambling, so I'd have time to come back and get in on the end of the show. So
Yep.
here I am.
You do realize that there's a third person on this podcast, and he did his own bit of rambling, so I have to wait until he's done.
Okay,
so it's not just my fault, by the way.
Oh, I didn't mean that as an insult.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. I don't understand why we do this all the time. Just because you say it's not true doesn't mean that
I didn't mean that as an insult.
Well, so Scotty D, just for that reference anyway, they just put out the tarp here at Segra Stadium, so there's probably going to be a delay in our game as well. So, but that does not mean I actually have extra time. I just said that just means that it gives me a little bit more time to get my other stuff done. But yeah, we got some inclement weather all over the place. So you've got the rest of your night free. So have fun with that.
Yep. Yeah, but right before we went live on air, my power went out. This sorry ass power grid. Yes, I said it. The power went out, and right before we hit the record button, like what 15 minutes before we hit the record button, the power came back on. So I'm just glad it's back on. I think pretty soon I'm gonna have to keep some charged cell phone batteries, and I'm gonna have to buy some candles. And I'm scared to open my freezer or refrigerator. It was like I was out of power for like 30 minutes, but I paid too much money to have my power out like this. I can't afford it.
Right.
Yeah, really can't afford it.
And I'm one of the few people left in this country that has cable TV. And then a lot of people going away from cable. And the NFL Network is not settled with our local cable company. It just has a message on there. I need that to get fixed. I need that fixed soon.
Every year is something.
Yeah.
It's either ESPN or an ABC, Fox, NBC, something every year where somebody wants more money and just being greedy. Is it a possibility? And I know it's not. Can we go back to simpler times where we didn't like these leagues are answering to shareholders? Yeah. These people have nothing to do with the sport. They just spend money. And now we got to answer to them because they want to make more of a profit. Come on, bro. I get it that they invest in it, but it's just, I don't understand it.
Speaking of, did you see the Yankees are getting sold?
They're getting sold?
The what?
Yeah, the Yankees.
By
Apollo Sports. Apollo Sports Group is, I don't quite understand it all. I haven't read through the entirety yet, but how Steinbrenner is still going to stay on as like the majority managing partner, so it's still going to be a Steinbrenner team. But somehow there's a change coming with the Yankees.
One of the minority owners. What it sounds like
a $2.6 billion financing agreement.
Yeah, that's a minority.
Yeah.
Big money.
That's big. Like, the thing about this, $2.6 billion. That's a lot of money. But to the Yankees, that's a minority owner.
Yeah.
That's That's not majority. It's still Steinbrenners. Ain't nothing changing about that. Jeff Bezos is buying a part of Liverpool. It's whatever. I don't know nothing. All I know is this.
Is that cost a lot of
A
money?
bunch of money, Scott. That's constant.
Liverpool, or they
How much?
Yeah.
Real quick, before we get up, how much is Liverpool worth? Probably about what?
couple hundred
That-
bucks. Got to be a couple.
Ooh, you wrong. Ooh, you dirty dog. Which team does
Couple thousand. Okay, I meant thousand.
which team does Shad Khan own?
I see.
Jaguars.
No. He
Them too.
I wonder. You know what? Don't get me the line. I could not tell you. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna see.
And in closing,
No.
Cut
We
it out,
here.
Scott.
No, you asked the question.
Yeah,
I didn't.
I did. Yeah, Shad Khan owns one of those teams. I forgot which one. It is.
Liverpool has a net estimated valuation of $6.2 billion.
No.
That's a lot.
That's more than most NFL teams. So I'm gonna need you to hush it up. I ain't trying to hear that.
All right. We'll take a fraction or a portion of that $6 billion here to the Sports Bros podcast, and then
Shad Khan owns Fulham FC.
Oh, okay. I know somebody here.
Yes, which they're also in the Premier League. They compete against Liverpool. But yes, there it is.
All right.
And
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, and in closing, do something nice for yourself. Do something nice for yourself if you can. Do something nice for someone else. They'll greatly appreciate it now more than ever. Be a blessing, not a burden, and stay safe because this weather is out here doing its thing, all right? It's been another episode of your favorite sports podcast, none other than the Sports Bros podcast. Scotty D, enjoy your night off and be live. Take us home.
yes, sir.
And as always, thanks for watching and listening to the Sports Bros podcast.
I had to figure out a different way to leave because I'm now courted. So
You just can't get up and walk off.
oh yeah, it's over with.
Peace.